Every day was a challenge, and I was learning how to survive in multiple ways. Every challenge I ever faced, I overcame it. I knew several ways to kill a man and various fighting styles. My grandfather made me a walking machine and trained me to prepare for anything. I remember how it all started. I was about 5 and my grandfather was wearing this amazing hoodie. I wanted it and I would do anything to get it. He told me train hard and be disciplined and I will get it. I started my training at 5. Sometimes I would complain, cry, and say I want to quit. I didn't quit because my grandfather said, "You want my hoodie? Work harder." I had to face one of the baddest men on the planet. He was a killer, but so was I. His name was Axel, and he was the biggest criminal of survival sanctuary. Only the strong survived. He was sent there as a punishment for all the damage he caused. They thought he was away for good, but he was the first person to break out of there. Now my work was definitely cut out for me. He could have been anywhere, so I had to stay alert. I started to go on a rampage, and blood followed wherever I went. I hunted and killed any criminal just to get a clue about Axel. The town was talking about my actions, and the message was out, so people knew I wasn't playing. Eventually I traced where he was, or so I thought. Where's Axel?
I don't know.
Where's Axel?
I told you I don't know.
Where's Axel?
I don't know. Wait. He's in the compound. Alright? He's in the compound. See, I told you where he is. You're gonna let me go, alright? No. What are you doing? No. No. No, no, no.
I interrogated one of his workers, and it didn't take much for me to get the answers I was looking for. I killed him to leave a bigger message. I even wrote my name with his blood just to leave a statement. Axel was still playing tough guy, but I made a career out of breaking people down. Based on his actions, I knew he knew his time was coming. I knew where the compound was, but I didn't attack him because I wanted to get him when he least expected it. I knew these mind games was messing with him. In some ways, I felt connected to him because the survival section made us both tougher. I still remember spending my whole childhood there. My grandfather sent me there to focus on fighting and nothing else. I suffered so much because of this. The survival section was the toughest years of my life. I had no friends, no breaks, no family members. Nothing. Just me. All the scars, bruises, and blood just to get where I am now. I knew pain, grief, and hardship all too well. It got to a point where I couldn't feel pain anymore. What didn't kill me only made me stronger. All this training so I could prove to my grandfather I was worthy of this hoodie. This was no typical hoodie. This hoodie was made out of Zarcadium, the best metal of them all. I remember when my father had the hoodie, he taught me grab life by the throat and make it bow down to you. He talked about how life ain't gonna never be fair for people like us. Black people was always going to be second class citizens in his eyes unless we use extreme force. And his group of people didn't care. They did whatever they want for quite some time, but they started a war. It was a system against them, and it separated us. I was scared. I was 5 years old before I started my training, and I went outside where I found my dad with bullet holes in his chest. The crazy thing was, he wasn't wearing this hoodie. After this, I told my grandfather we tracked down and hunted the man who did it. That was the first time I had to kill a man, but it certainly wasn't my last. Studying Axel made me reflect on my own life. I'm starting to realize, after all, we weren't so different. To bury him, I had to bury part of myself. All my life I had to make sacrifices, so this wasn't going to be any different. I would destroy him, embarrass him, and make him as low as possible before I kill him. I will assert my dominance and justice will be served. As I searched through the city, I overheard the news saying Axel was back on the assault. I went all over looking for him. Eventually I found him. It will be a showdown for the ages. All these killings so I can kill you. The world will be better without you. And he told me, you're the one that's been messing with my plans. I was on a reign of terror, but you had to ruin it. He punched me. For a second, I was out of it. But I came back with a hard hit of my own. He was strong, and it was going to take a lot out of me to beat him. He knocked me down, but no matter what he threw at me, I will keep getting up. No matter if it hurts, I was taught to feel no pain, don't show weakness, and be resilient. Weakness and pain was never in the picture. As I analyzed him, I noticed that he was just throwing punches. He wasn't a very intelligent fighter, so that was the advantage I had over him. Not only that, but my skill was way better than his. He fell to the ground, but I wasn't done with him quite yet. This wasn't over. After he had taken his last breath, I heard a voice say, "You want to fight but not the war." I didn't have a clue who this was, but they don't know what they started.